So anybody that knows moto gear and gear bags knows Ogio's Rig 9800 gear bag. It's been around for I think the best part of a decade now. Known for being super tech and robust. But interestingly, they've just brought out a new, and I guess a revamped or upgraded model called the Rig 9800 Pro. Kind of like the status symbol of bags in a lot of ways, and you know, like other products like Bell helmets, Gayoon boots, who just do helmets, just do boots, Ogio just do bags. You know, they do it really well. They're specialists at it, and I think it kind of shows in the product. So what's new about the Rig 9800 Pro? A bit of a mouthful. Basically, we've got tougher, more robust grab handles on it, which is kind of cool. I think the wheels are new, but they're definitely changeable now. So you can mix and match your special little caster wheels if you like. A bunch of new colorways. This one's called a Thirsty Thursday. I kind of like that, pretty cool. But I think probably the most significant thing is they call it two bags in one. It now comes with an internal boot bag. So let's have a bit of a look at what we're talking about here. Nice strap, super robust. Again, if you're traveling with it, you know, you got the option. You're not putting all the pressure on your zippers. So that's really nice. First thing I dig, I think they call it an open mouth lid. So it's not just a little thing we have to dig around in like a, you know, your girl's handbag. It's open. Thanks for coming. Reveals, sits open, everything's really accessible. Pretty nice, and what I like about it is it almost forces you to put all the heavy stuff in the bottom and the light stuff in the top, which is the way it works. So obviously I run my helmet in there, peaks nice, and you know, if you get a big whack from there, I sit it over this way. Lovely. By the way, my little Tomag replica there. Yep, these sit in there beautifully. But here's what we're talking about, right? So if you want, you can do these. It's probably overkill unless you're sort of traveling. You can actually strap the thing down. There you go. You've got a dedicated boot bag, and you know, it makes a lot of sense. 9 times out of 10, your boots are the stinkiest, dirtiest thing and going to be in your boot bag. So rather than pollute the rest of the gear bag, you know, they've added this option. So that's kind of cool. Just a nice option. A couple of nice set of new Jarvis SG10s in there. So again, plenty of space. You know, when you look at the thing actually to start with, it doesn't look like it's a super huge bag. You keep adding compartments to it and opening up. So look, as well as being able to sort of tie down, you know, that boot bag in there, which I really like the idea of, you can stick a little compartment in there as well. But that's not it, you know, that's a lot of gear bags are about that size. What I really like now is that they've got smart. So the lid, as I said before, heavy stuff in the bottom, light stuff in the top. You know, it's just like opening up a little cupboard, basically. But like, thanks for coming. So I sort of just run my gear in here. Then, you know, various compartments, you know, for socks, bits and pieces, helmets sort of separately. So, you know, it's not new. The gear bags have lots of different compartments, but I think the way Ogio's done this has just made it super handy. A couple other little details, I guess. They've got, you know, there's an extra stash pocket on top, so I just sort of run gloves in there, you know, anything you want to sort of access pretty quickly. But I think the big thing about it is, as much as all these little pieces, it's actually using the thing, right? Rolling it through an airport, watching it get banged up on a carousel, watching luggage handlers just kind of obliterate the thing and realize how robust it is. Obviously, from the structure of the thing to the wheels, you know, to the handles, to the zippers, and I'm a stickler. I've got that many products where the zippers have wrecked an otherwise perfect product. So that's a big thing. There's a lot going on. Initially you think, shit, that's got to be pretty heavy, right? It's not. It's kind of typical of, you know, other gear bags around that 6. I think with the boot bag, I think it's 6.75 or something like that. So, you know, when you've only got sort of 23 kilos to start with, or 20 with a lot of airlines, obviously it's good that they've managed to, you know, to keep the weight down. So look, a really good thing. I think it's definitely been an improvement. You know, I will say that you pay for these things. So I think the Rig 9800 has been around $480. This comes up to about $570. I think the boot bag and some of the other things. So, you know, that's not cheap. You know, you can buy a gear bag for 75 bucks if you want to. It's got none of the tech here. Typically anything on rollers goes from sort of 150 to sort of 350, 400. You know, so when you're talking about sort of 480 through 570, you're talking about a pretty significant investment, you know. In a lot of ways, it's a status symbol, you know, so for people, I think it can be justified if you've got that kind of coin. And, you know, if you just start throwing something in the back of the ute, then get a cheaper gear bag. But if you're flogging the thing, and, you know, had some gear bags that haven't stood the test of time, just on planes or whatnot. You know, I think it's it's a good investment. It's super practical, it's super robust, it's full of tech, and it lasts. You keep the thing for years and years and years, so it becomes a real, it outlives several sets of gear, put it that way. So anyway, this is a new one for me. I've had my last one for the best part of a decade, I think. Let's see if this one can do the same.